Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Off play action on first down. Moves around to clear up the vision. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
And he's brought down after a nice game. Hookem is hooking up with some big plays in the passing game.
Finding their guys down the field. You think about offenses that Texas usually have, some form of spread, and then find those elite guys on the outside that can win those matchups for you and make those big plays.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Quarterback adapted. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical. And early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on third and long. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. This offense is aggressive on fourth down. 2 for 3 so far today, and they're still on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Back to throw, it's Shabera. Right down the middle. Finds a man by himself. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage, now 1st and 10 from the 30. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Complete to the left. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
This guy just is so comfortable running routes, and he has such a good feel for those soft spots on defense there. They're playing zone coverage, so he's able to find that pocket, make it easy on his quarterback, and they pick up the first down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
And back to the air on second down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
They just keep firing. Buys a little time. He makes a grab. Oh, and he thought he might be able to wiggle his way into the end zone, but they knock him down at the 3. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Just hammering with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
finish half strong. This is a great job by this offense, executing down the field, taking up some clock, and punching the football in for 6.
And they had the extra point to finish the drive. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Dropping back, it's Herrera. Bringing the heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. He throws back across his body, and it's picked off. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
And a running back who can take a dump-off pass like that and take it for a gain, that can really be a quarterback's best friend. It's an easy way to rack up touches, but also get the ball to your playmaker in open space.
Looking downfield on first down. Buys a little time with his feet. Breaks into the open. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
And they'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougar!
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And he tacked on the extra point. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Motion from the wideout. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Forced out of the pocket. Didn't get a whole lot of room to run. He picked up one or two. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Backed up now. Here's second and long. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Keeps it on the bootleg. Trying to escape and get it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. To the air, it's Herrera. Makes the grab. Turning it on. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
That's exactly what you're trying to get accomplished. You got to make sure on all these runs, clock running down, get out of bounds, right? Get some positive yards and then stop that clock.
Wants to go up top on first down. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Going for it all. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Texas, 13.
Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And he's not going to take the touchback. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Scanning the field, it's Shabera. Fires to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Yeah, taking the shot down the field, I love it. Offenses have to do that. A lot of times offenses get pretty conservative, but take deep shots down the field. Try to make those big plays. Trust your wide receivers and your big play guys to make those shots down the field.
Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in. Predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Trying to move the change. Houston comes to the line on 4th down. Send the tight end in motion. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Houston will be forced to punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. Makes the catch around the 50. Slips through the line, and the punt team able to sling him to the ground. To throw, it's Herrera. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Texas!
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown catch.
That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Houston offense once again. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Going right to work up top. Got his man on the right. He goes out of bounds right on the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
He might want another play. Looking to the big tight end. And it won't make the connection, going for the big play. Man, that one is going to make this quarterback sick to his stomach. That's almost always automatic for him.
Yeah, that's pitch and catch. That's day one. When you go out and watch practice, the ball very rarely hits the ground unless you have a defender because these QBs and wide receivers are so good. But, man, just a mishap, a little overthrow.
Shoots it to the left. He's got it. There he goes. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Some penalties hurt a little bit more or a lot more than other ones. That one wipes out a huge gain. And here comes the offense on second down. Looking to throw, it's Shabera. Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions. From go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes up
looking for a huge play. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Got a good one going here. All tied up in the third. It's 2nd and 10. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unleashes one. He's got an open man. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused a missed timing.
And these drops can be very frustrating because you know he wants the football, and he demands the football. Receivers a lot of times will walk in the huddle, throw me the ball. I've heard worse stories than that and worse language, but calling for the football, got to make plays, man. That's how you get more balls thrown in the direction.
Looking to throw, it's Herrera. Here comes the heat. He gets it to the 34-yard line, but excellent third down defense, and fourth down's coming up.
Great job rallying to the football by this defense. Third down, QB's trying to extend the play, but great team speed on defense, now setting up fourth.
And the Longhorns will call on their punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And this will push the offense back as they mark it dead at the 10.
And it's a great punt. Obviously, he gives himself time to let his guys get down the field, get in position. Remember, don't let that thing cross the goal line. Try to keep it inside the 10. Nice job down in the football, setting your defense up for great field position.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. The screen, he can go. Brought down at the 21, but a really big play there to pick up 10.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Looking to take a shot. Holds it in on the left. He's loose. Touchdown, Houston. And that one will put him up here in the second half. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Duke came in and applied their own mute button on this crowd. They silenced one of the most vocal home field advantages in football. And it's clear this Blue Devils team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Across the 25, he's got room. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch. Make the run. Get the first down.
And the Longhorns will hustle to the line. Looking downfield, it's Herrera. Here's the pressure. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. The defense coming up big there. The sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. So the final period starts with a second down play. making side adjustments here. Second down, they'll go to the air. Oh, they're after him. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Longhorns! How about that D making the play and lining up the board and swinging some momentum in their favor?
This is a defense that prides themselves on getting turnovers, and it starts with the pass rush. It was the hit on the quarterback that forced the throw to not be as accurate as the QB would have liked. Nice job in the back end, securing the interception, and then taking it the distance.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Houston offense comes onto the field. They're probably a little rattled after that last pick six, and who could blame them? But now deep breath, settle in, get a drive started in a tie game. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5. The Cougars in a good spot here with second and short. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Finds his man. It's Penny. At the 40, there he goes. Off to the races to the right. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. Guys, when you really take a look at Texas, unless there is a dramatic turn of events, this is not going to be a way to cool off that hot seat.
And they're going to have to be able to handle adversity and handle the outside noise move.
Going for the big play. And a penalty flag comes in as that one falls incomplete, but this is going to be a positive play for the defense with pass interference coming. A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. From the gun, running back gets the give. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Longhorns can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll run it from the gun. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
To the air, it's Herrera. Now he's going to glide away from pressure.
And they got to protect their quarterback better up front. They got to give him a little bit more time to make some damage down the field. But look at this. Here they go. No huddle, back on the line, make the defense communicate. Maybe you can catch them sleeping.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Under fire. Spins away from the defense. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
This quarterback's showing a lot of resiliency here on this drive because first down he got sacked, second in California, he's able to scramble, and while he didn't get the first down, he's able to get a little bit of it back, and he's made this third down manageable now. Let's see if he can make another play here and keep his offense on the field.
He'll set up to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on third and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away, forced the incompletion.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
We're at a juncture of the game now here in the fourth quarter. One possession game. Every critical down and distance is going to matter. And on that fourth down, the defense gets the win. Great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion and a turnover on down.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on second down and maybe put this thing away. He wants to change this route. To the air, it's Shabera. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Unloads it left. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Taking it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Man, we needed that so bad. We needed the football, had to get a stop, forcing a turnover, best case scenario, offense back on the field, trailing in the fourth quarter, time to go win it.
To the air on first down. Right on the money. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. From the gun, the running back looking for room. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Now on first down from the 28. Looking to throw on first down. Caught near the sidelines. Will pick up a few before going out of bounds.
I mean, what great athletic ability to toe tap the sidelines and keep him in bounds. What a one-yard gain.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Right down the middle. And it's picked off at the goal line. Got some room to run. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Cut. Bounding over the top.
He made that look a lot easier than it is. When you break on a football, you got to see it and go at the perfect angle. The free safety leaves his spot, goes and gets it, and then does the hard part, takes it back to the house for 6.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They're set to kick it off. And you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? They'll corral that squib kick just inside the 15. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. I don't think the pressure's going to get to these guys. This is when it's fun. Late in the game, down one score, got to have it right now. Here's a throw downfield late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game.
Well, I know that's not exactly how the offensive coordinator drew that one up, guys, but how about Johnny on the spot doing a great job concentrating? The ball gets deflected, but he's somehow able to reel that thing in, come up with a big play for his offense.
Pressure coming. And they get to him, and down goes the quarterback, and you just cannot afford that in this spot. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. The Longhorns now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air, it's Herrera. Going over the top. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
The incomplete pass, fourth down, fails, and they'll turn it over.
After being stopped there on fourth down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation, put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it done. Things just haven't gone their way. It's been that type of day today. They're going to leave the stadium with the loss.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting the backfield, making the play.
And this play will be for no gain, and that is going to do it. Final play of the fourth quarter.